Everyone pour one out. The stupid old man died. This is the, what, like third Democrat this year who's died in office or something? I don't know. How many Democrats have died over the past year? Like 6? It's all the Dems, by the way. No Republicans, just Democrats. Fantastic. Remember, he was but a young, sprightly, I don't know, 75, apart from the cancer, which is why he was the one destined to run the Democratic half of the House Oversight Committee, not AOC, the vastly more popular and effectual leader. But don't worry, Jerry Connolly in his final days was of great service to the American people and Democratic Party. By doing absolutely nothing with his time and power, he perfectly advanced the interests of the party that he belonged to. He was just 75. He was just a kid. Pulling from Ken Klippenstein here, America's greatest warrior against the gerontocracy. Virginia Democratic Party chair's response to my reporting, warning that Jerry Connolly was terminally ill back in December. Delete yourself. Delete your account, and Jerry Connolly is going to kick cancer's ass. Thank you, Susan Swecker. That was, how long ago? Less than 6 months ago. Spectacular. It really is insane how it is controversial within the ranks of the Democratic Party to argue that politicians should represent their constituents. Republicans, if you say that to them, will agree, because Republicans fight for the votes that they get by lying. But Democrats get mad at you if you even say it, right? David Hogg, DNC vice chair, is like, extremely ineffectual members of Congress should be removed and primaried by younger, more effective ones. And the DNC apparatus turned against him and said, well, actually, hold on. Reading through the rule book, actually, there's a technical reason why we need to remove you as vice chair. It's actually the vice chair needs to be Native American and a woman and in a wheelchair, something. And then, you know, we all know how that played out. It's like the idea of Jerry Connolly, like, hey, do you think maybe you should step down or anything? No, I mean, again, because it doesn't matter. Even if Connolly had stepped down just a few months ago, it would have made a big difference. But you know what this means, right? Having one fewer Democrat in the House makes it easier for Trump to pass his big, beautiful tax bill. The psychotic one that's enormously deficitary and would like kind of cement the demise of the nation if it was put forward. The one that cuts Medicaid, the one that cuts a lot of stuff. We've talked about it. And now there's one fewer Democratic vote. Even if Connolly had stepped down months ago, we could have held a special election by now. Don't you do replacement when someone dies? Yeah, but it takes a while. And in the meantime, because there are fewer total members of Congress, how many votes they need? Well, they need a majority. The top Democrat in the House, Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, said in a statement, even as he battled a difficult cancer diagnosis, Ranking Member Connolly continued to push back against the unprecedented attacks on the federal workers in his district and across the country. Fact check from people in chat, maybe you know more than me. Did he do anything? Was anything done successfully? No? Okay, that's what I thought. A perfect member of his party. Fantastic. Yes, he said he let Nancy Mace say slurs on the floor. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember he like ineptly protested against Nancy Mace saying the slur 3 times in a row. He was on CNN like literally twice. That's it. That's great. That's great. Oh, he criticized Netanyahu. In that respect, maybe he's one of the better members of the Democrats. I don't know, man. It's so grim. I don't know whether or not his absence from the House is going to make a difference, like in terms of getting the votes they need to pass the one big, beautiful bill. It's more just like how contemptuous the Democrats are of their voters. The DNC will never, ever, ever make any internal concessions or embattle their members when it comes to like effectuousness or when it comes to moving to the left. When it comes to moving to the right or benefiting their sponsors, right, their lobbyists, they are willing to take real action. Really, I think that's one of the reasons why everyone was so gunned up when Joe Biden was ousted from the presidential running, was because it was the only time in recent memory that any of us can recall high-ranking members of the DNC doing something to make the party more viable. And now, of course, you know, Biden has ass cancer, rip in pepperonis, you know. Yeah, sure, give me the goddamn in memoriam. Why the not?
Yield to the chairwoman for a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I think many people in here have just heard that our
Oh no, it's fine. It's all gonna be fine.
Oh, no.
I want to ask us all to stop and say a prayer for his family. Please.
Was that the spirit of Connolly? That's great. Look at how many people here have white hair or no hair at all.
News coming in just in the last hour. Democratic Congressman Gerry Connolly has passed away. Connolly from the Commonwealth of Virginia was battling cancer of the esophagus. He was first elected back in 2008, the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee. Gerry Connolly was 75 years old.
His giant eyes, these glasses, how thick they must be. I don't know.
Virginia Congressman Gerry Connolly passed away. We got the official confirmation just a short time ago. Connolly served parts of Northern Virginia for more than 40 years. He was a county supervisor, but has been representing parts of Northern Virginia in Congress since 2009. Stephanie Ramirez joins us now with more on his life and legacy. Steph?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we are headed actually to Representative Connolly's Fairfax office to talk with some more this morning. But
Nope, not listening to that.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you so much for the moment of silence and the kind words of remembrance on behalf of our dear colleague, Gerry Connolly, who really was a member's member, someone who conducted himself with the highest degree of intellect, brilliance, resilience, integrity, humor, and wit. It's a great loss for his family, great loss for his district, great loss for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Great loss for us as House Democrats, but certainly a great loss for the Congress and for the country.
Like, does nobody care anymore? The Democrats have, like, I've been saying this for months. They've checked out. They've completely checked out. It's a rudderless ship. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no strategy. They have no game plan. The only time Schumer has reached any kind of, like, public prominence since the Trump administration began was when he betrayed the Democratic Party and whipped some senators into supporting the budget framework. 6 Democrats have died in the last 13 months, and 0 Republicans. 6 Democrats have died in office, losing more seats to entropy than we are to the electoral process. No, I think there was a Republican. Was there one Republican? The vaccine is finally starting to kick in. Born in Livingston dies. There was one Welch from Florida. Okay. We have some parity there. A lot of cancer. Fitting for a dying party repping a dying ideology to be composed of geriatric dying do-nothings? Yeah, I guess so. It kind of fits. Then they ousted David Hogg. I still don't know if there's any future for the Democratic Party. Like, at all. It's insane to me that the only one with any viable future who is speaking up and doing something is AOC. That's it. AOC is the only one. There are a bunch of other Democrats who might have some kind of hand in the running. People like Pete Buttigieg or any of the other members of the squad. I don't know. Maxwell Frost, whatever. But they're not. AOC is the only one who's actually actively, aggressively making news around themselves. It seems like everyone else is just like, yeah, well, what the point? Bernie? I said who has a viable future. Bernie is ancient. And also, yeah, not a Democrat. It's kind of unreal how it's only AOC. Yeah, it kind of is. It really, really is. Meanwhile, the Republican Party is full of, like, piranhas, man. Like, the Republican Party is full of people who are taking every opportunity to make everything about themselves. Historically, not AOC, Jesus, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Boebert, Nancy Mace, most notably recently, constantly screaming every chance they get in front of the camera, doing everything they can. Every member of the Republican administration is fighting for screen time, right? Howls everywhere. Carolyn Levitt does her own bits, like, outside of just, you know, holding the White House press conferences. They're all doing shit. I think it's screwed because our media landscape tends to prioritize right-wing voices. Yeah, because the right-wing voices, for one, built that media landscape, and for two, the right-wing voices are way the more interesting. You watch a Republican politician talk, and it's stars, man. There's always something going on. But then you listen to a left-wing politician talk, or sorry, I should say Democrat. Boring as Jasmine Crockett's solid. Jasmine Crockett has been doing, in my opinion, a good job of mobilizing attention, but I have yet to see that manifest in a political platform that isn't just rage baiting. Mind you, I think the rage baiting's fine. You know, but she needs to, there needs to be like a consolidation. And unfortunately, yeah, the particular kind of rage baiting that she's engaged in, I don't necessarily know how well that would play to a national audience. I see that as more of like a supporting kind of thing, like other people defend it. But I don't know. Maybe she's just getting started. She's young, right? She's like 40 or something. I don't know. What about those guys from Tennessee? They're city councilmen. They're way too far down. We're talking about like national prospects here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, not city councilmen. State reps. Local office either way. Yeah, it has to go beyond just a few good reps. It has to be like the entire party, unfortunately. The only reason Trump was able to succeed in spite of a general distrust of the Republican Party is because he broke the Republican Party over his knee, right? The entire Republican Party folded and fell in line. It wasn't just one good voice and the rest of the Republicans all continue to fight and bicker and pull against him or whatever. That's not enough. You need the party to fall in line. And unfortunately, that can't happen unless they're really desperate to win. It's only a desperation to win that would enable them to throw their weight behind something new. And Democrats don't want to win. It might just be the party's properly dead. Like properly dead.